So we'll start in our comfy seat. I added a playlist if you want my music, no pressure. I can actually have enough room to move my mat up today. And whatever your comfy seat looks like, we'll spend our few minutes breathing. It can be on your knees or in lotus. Hands can rest wherever's comfortable, eyes can close. We'll start to come into our inter-body practice space. And start breathing in and out through the nose, elongating your inhales and exhales. Trying to bring them to as long as they can be without straining your body. Sipping in a little bit more air than you thought you could take in. And then also through the nose, exhaling, pushing a little bit more out of your diaphragm than maybe you thought you could. Letting these long and slow breaths start to relax you, deactivating your fight or flight mode. Just breathing. If you're just joining us, we're taking our few minutes of breath in our comfy seat, coming into the space, slowing down our heart rate, slowing down our minds. If you find your mind wandering, just focus in on your breath. Maybe count the seconds you can inhale and exhale. Not for any reason other than distracting your mind. Really letting those exhales become longer and more full. You don't have to think about anything. I'm counting your breaths for you. I'm watching the time. You can just be. Come into the start of your practice. No worries, no stresses. And at the top of your next inhale, let that exhale bring your chin all the way down to your chest, starting to open up through the back of your neck. And then use the entirety of your inhale to lift the chin all the way up. Eyes can stay closed, but gaze points towards the ceiling, opening up to the front of the neck. We'll exhale back down. Really noticing the light stretching sensation where your spine connects to your skull and your collarbones. Inhaling all the way back up. Then we'll exhale back to center. Take an inhale in your neutral position. And exhale to look over your right shoulder, opening up through the side of the left side of your neck. Inhale, bring that gaze back through center. Exhale to look over your left shoulder. We'll take 2 more breaths, looking over each shoulder one more time. Moving at your own pace, trying to slow down. Moving a little slower than me because it's harder to breathe fully as I'm speaking. And when you inhale back through center, exhale to drop right ear to right shoulder, moving that sensation around the neck. Inhale, head back up. We'll exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And take a few more breaths, moving like this at your own pace. Inhaling through center, exhaling to drop that ear to that shoulder. Noticing where you're getting a stretch. This stretch starts to creep into our latissimus dorsi. It's good for our back, it's good for our pectorals. And when you're ready, when you're inhaling through center, you can exhale, start to roll out the neck, taking rotations. Exhaling as you move your head down when gaze is down. And inhaling as you're bringing it up. You can take full rotations or half circles, whatever's more comfortable to you. Dropping your head down, lifting it from shoulder to shoulder, or rotating your head all the way around your neck. You can try both, or just stick with the one you know you like better. Elongating the breath, slowing down the movements. It's okay to get some cracking in your neck. It's acid, it's gas bubbles popping. Nourishing this crucial part of the body. If you are taking full rotations, then at the bottom of your next exhale, inhale to reverse the direction and rotate it all the way around. You can pause and hold the stretch in any position that feels good if your body feels like it needs that. Otherwise, moving at your own pace. Take 2 or 3 more full breaths, giving a little bit of extra love to the neck. And at the bottom of your next exhale, we'll use that inhale to bring our head back through center, back to neutral. Taking a clearing breath here. And inhale, let the hands come down. We're gonna roll right into our tabletop today. Start a little bit of free movement in cat-cow. You can start in cat-cow or just go right into your own thing. I like to start in cat-cow, inhaling to drop my belly, start to feel a stretch in my ribs. Gently pulling the mat back with my palms, letting my chest open up, my gaze lift, my tailbone curl. And exhaling to tuck my tailbone under, round the spine, pushing the mat away with my hands, getting space in my shoulder blades. Chin tucks to chest. And inhaling to drop back down, gaze lifts. You can stick with cat-cow or find a little bit of wildcat, find some free movement. Maybe you're taking body rolls, opening up through the side body, getting into those ribs. Maybe you're just taking child's pose today. Whatever feels right. You can find some hip circles. You can find an up dog on your knees. Take 6 full inhales and exhales, lengthening the breath, slowing down the movement, and really using this time of movement to check in with your body, get a little bit of feel for what you might need today. Feel safe, feel free to move how you need, to move how you want. We'll take 4 more breaths. Two more breaths here. One more full breath. At the bottom of that exhale, we'll settle back into a neutral tabletop. And from your tabletop, root down on the left hand. Inhale, right arm lifts up towards the sky. Gaze up at that right hand. And exhale, let that right arm come underneath the left armpit. Your shoulder will find the mat, finding a shoulder stretch, finding space in the right shoulder blade. Head can come to the mat. Your left arm can stretch overhead. It can wrap around your back to deepen the twist. You can even reach for that right thigh if it's accessible for you. And then settle in, start to breathe into that space in your shoulder blade. Feel the stretch along that wing. Feel it on the right side of your rib cage, those micro muscles starting to get a nice stretch. And the eyes can close here. Change positions of your arm if you feel you need to. Make the micro adjustments necessary. We'll spend 10 full breaths here. Don't move yet. I'm counting for you. Finding the comfort past the discomfort, breathing into that shoulder blade, in and out through the nose. 6 more breaths. You can even gently push away with your left palm to deepen the twist and deepen the stretch in that right shoulder blade. 4 more breaths. One more breath. Let that left hand find its way next to your head. Inhale, push up on that left hand. Right arm re-extends towards the sky. Exhale that right hand right back down. Take a clearing breath here. Inhale and exhale, settling back into a neutral position. Fully exhale. And then we'll inhale, raise the left arm up towards the sky, gaze up at that left hand, full inhale, full slow exhale. Let that left hand come underneath the right armpit, setting up for the other side. Shoulder finds the mat, head finds the mat. Your right arm can reach overhead. It can twist around your back into a bind. Settle in here, settle into the discomfort. We'll breathe through it. We're opening up. Breathing into that left shoulder blade. Can let the eyes close, feel safe. Honing in on how that left shoulder blade is feeling. Breathing fresh prana into it. Take 9 more breaths here, in and out through the nose. Being patient with your body's need. It needs time to open up, to warm up. 6 more breaths. You can always change position of that right arm if you need to. We're worried about the left shoulder here. 4 more breaths. Breathing into that opening space. 2 more breaths. And let that right hand find its way next to your head for support. We'll inhale to push up on that right hand. Left arm extends back up towards the ceiling. Gaze towards that hand. Exhale, left hand back down to the mat. Take a clearing breath in your tabletop. Resetting back to neutral. Feeling those shoulders relax back down. And inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, sink back onto those heels. Stretching through the feet, stretching through the toes. We're stretching the arches of the feet here, so if this is really painful on your toes, you can try and untuck them and keep your heels up, or just lift one foot and really extend and expand those toes to try and get a stretch through the arch. But if it's comfortable, really sink back and let those feet open up. You can also push up into an upright seat to put a little bit more pressure on the feet. And breathe here, stretching through our arches. We'll bring our hands to our sides. Inhale, start to push up onto the balls of the feet, finding a little bit of a squat with our heels lifted. Big inhale, shoulders back and down, chest lifted. And exhale, hands find the mat, feet will flatten, straighten through your forward fold. And hang in your forward fold, feel the sensation through the backs of your legs. Take your time here. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Hold opposite elbows, sway side to side. Keep that head down, keep that neck released. Did a lot of opening through the neck. We don't want to bring any unnecessary tension back into it. Your knees can be as bent or as straight as you like in your forward fold. I like to bring the palms of my hands underneath my feet and give myself a little palm massage with my toes. But whatever variation of forward fold you want today, or combination of variations, just breathe here. Take 3 more full breaths. Breathing up through the backs of those legs. Bend in your knees will find more space in your lower back if you need more of a lower back opening. 1 more breath. And exhale to slightly bend those knees. On the inhale, we will slowly rise all the way up to standing. Let your head come up last so you don't get dizzy. Arms can sweep up overhead if you'd like. Exhale through heart center. And then we'll inhale, sweep arms all the way back up. Right hand will hold left wrist, side bend to the right. Really push that left hip out, let those ribs open up. Inhale through center. We'll exhale to switch sides. And you can find some movement here or hold one side or the other, either inhaling through center and exhaling to side bend, or just holding 1 side or the other for a few breaths. And when you feel even, we'll inhale through center. Exhale to swan dive back down into your forward fold. Bend the knees, let the hands find the mat, and heel toe your feet apart to a wide-legged forward fold. We'll start to open up through the sides of the legs. Your feet can be parallel, toes facing forward. And release. Sigh when you need to. If you'd like to work towards getting your head onto that mat, crawl your hands forward, bring your weight forward, maybe let your forearms find the ground, but otherwise just hang in your wide-legged forward fold. You can reach towards each ankle if you want to continue that side stretch. Take 10 breaths here of free movement. If you want to open up more through the spine, you can crawl your hands back between your legs. Letting those breaths stay long. Eight more breaths. If you want to incorporate a shoulder stretch, you can bind your hands behind your back and let them fall over your head, keeping your palms together. We keep our palms together to protect ourselves from overextending in that ball and socket joint in the shoulder. You might not go as far, but it's a healthier way to do the stretch. 5 more breaths in your wide-legged forward fold. Two more breaths. One more breath. And we'll inhale to flat back. Let the hands find the mat. And heel toe those feet in. Our feet will come to hips width distance. Inhale, roll the body all the way up. Arms can sweep overhead if you'd like. Exhale, hands through center, then come to the sides. And we're gonna come right into a balancing pose. So we'll get nice and rooted on our left foot. And inhale, let the right hand find the right ankle behind you. Find a nice quad stretch, find your balance. Left arm can stay by the side, it can rest on your hip, whatever's more comfortable for you. If you're having a hard time balancing today, you can find a wall or a block, that's okay. But if you fall out of it, come back into it. We'll inhale that knee forward. Hug it into the chest, slightly out to the side, focusing on a non-moving point. Oof. And start to crawl you can stay here if you'd like. If you're feeling well balanced, start to crawl your hands towards those toes. Wrap your first and second finger and your thumb around that big toe and extend that leg out forward. One breath here, fully exhaling. Inhale, maybe it comes out to the side. Again, if you fall, just come back into it. And then we'll gently inhale it back forward with control. Release that foot back down, shake it out. My calves are extremely tight today. That was really difficult for me. A little self-massage. And we're just gonna move on to the other side. See how our balance is today. Get nice and rooted down on the right foot. Let all those toes find an even place on the mat. And inhale, bend that left leg. Your left arm will find that foot or that ankle. Engage that quad a bit. Pull it back just slightly to get a nice stretch in that quad. One more breath. And then we'll inhale to bring that knee forward, hugging it into the chest, slightly out to the side. Maybe you stay here today. Or maybe you find a bind around those toes and extend that leg out in front of you. Full breath. Inhale, open up out to the side. 2 full breaths, stay steady. 1 more breath. And then we'll inhale center with way more control than me. Bring that foot back down, shake it out. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Shoulders roll back and down. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Step or hop the feet back to your plank. We'll inhale here. Exhale through your chaturanga or your 8-point pose. And inhale through up dog, baby cobra, elongating those breaths, slowing down the movements. Exhale through tabletop or roll right over those toes back to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, slowly, breath by breath, pedal out the feet. Take 5 breaths here, opening up through the backs of those legs, letting those heels get closer and closer to the mat with every exhale. Feeling energized with every inhale. Two more breaths. From our down dog, we're going to walk our feet back up to our hands. You're finding your forward fold. Feet are hips width distance. And on an inhale, bend the knees, start to sink the bum back, straight spine, arms sweep up overhead, finding your Utkatasana, your chair pose. If you're feeling a curve, a duck butt in that spine, tuck that tailbone under. Sink back into that chair. Wiggle your toes, make sure you can see your toes from over your knees and breathe. Breathing makes it easier. Sink a little bit deeper. Big inhale. Sink a little deeper on the inhale. And exhale, fold forward, hands find the mat. We'll lift that right leg up into the air. You can find a block if you'd like. We're actually going to find a half moon pose, so the block may be super helpful, or a box of pasta or something. Sorry, it's a little late, so you get to say that. But holding your standing split on your left foot, let your left hand support your body in front of your foot. Inhale to open up that right hip. Maybe that right arm lifts into the sky, finding your half moon. Breathe here, feel strong. If you fall out of it, just come back into it. Big inhale. And exhale, fold it back down. Your right foot will just step back behind you. Left foot will step back to meet it. Finding your plank. Optional vinyasa, or just push right back into down dog. When you get to your down dog, take 5 breaths of free movement. Maybe you're taking a break in child's pose. Maybe you're pedaling the feet. We'll meet back in stillness in 2 breaths. The next exhale, let those heels drive into the mat. And inhale, start to walk your feet up towards your hands, finding your forward fold. Hang in your forward fold. I'm going to switch sides here. And from your forward fold, on an inhale, you'll bend the knees, lift the upper body up, arms sweep up next to the ears, finding Utkatasana again, coming back into your chair pose. Make sure you can see those toes from over your knees. Make sure that tailbone is tucked under, protecting the spine. Sink a little bit deeper, feel the burn in your quads. It's good, it's healthy, it's good for our booties. One more big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We'll place the hands down and the left foot is going to rise up behind us this time, finding a standing split on the right. And breathe here. Hands supporting you, right leg strong underneath you. Left leg reaching long and strong towards the sky or the back of the room. And if you have a block and it's helpful for you, bring your right hand to that block. Inhale, start to roll open that left hip. Let that left arm float up towards the sky, finding your half moon pose. Breathe here. Oh, you guys are all awesome. One more breath, maybe two if you're feeling it. And then one more big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Left foot can plant long and strong behind you. Right foot can step back to meet it. Optional vinyasa, or just meet back in down dog. Find 5 breaths in your down dog. Full, long breaths in and out through the nose. Big inhale in your down dog. And then exhale, lower your forearms to the mat, finding a dolphin. So keeping your down dog position, but your forearms are down instead of your palms. This is a dolphin. It's very good for your shoulder strength. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Deep breaths, you all got this. In and out through the nose. 3 more strong breaths. Feel that light engagement in the triceps, maybe even in the biceps. 1 more full inhale and exhale. And then 1 more big inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, find a child's pose. Your knees can be separated or thighs together, whatever's more comfortable. Let your hips sink back onto your heels. Let everything release. Forehead can release down to the mat. Arms can stay extended overhead. I like to tuck mine between my legs. You can also bring them out to your sides. Let your heart rate come back down. Let your body cool back down in your child's pose. And breathe. That was a ton of sustained engagement, so we're going to spend a few minutes here bringing ourselves back down. You should feel proud of yourself. That was beautiful. Focus in on the rise and fall of your ribs, against your thighs. Maybe you feel your back body rising and falling. A few moments to send yourself some encouraging and loving thoughts. And on an inhale, start to crawl up onto your hands. We'll come to an upright seat. Swing those legs around. Let your right foot extend out. Your left foot's going to come in, tucked into your thigh. Your right foot can be directly out in front of you, or if it's accessible, you can bring it out to the side. Get your sits fat out of the way, let your tailbones be equal on the mat. And we'll inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, side bend towards that right foot. So your right arm is going to come down and your left arm is going to stay fallen overhead. Maybe you reach those toes today, maybe not. It's totally fine. I like to kind of use my foot as leverage to find more of an opening in my lower back. A gentle pull deepens that stretch in my lower back. Breathe. Be patient with the intensity of this pose. On your inhale, come up. Arms extended up. We'll rotate, turn our ribs towards that right foot. Exhale, forward fold both arms down towards that right foot. Driving that head towards that knee. You can always have a micro bend in your right knee. If you can reach your foot, you can give yourself a little foot massage. Otherwise, just breathe and release. Being present in this pose. 2 more breaths here. Letting that exhale drive that head closer to that knee. And inhale, release. You can bring both your legs out if you want, shake them out. Do a little self-massage up the legs real quick. And as you're ready, we'll let that left leg stay extended and that right foot is gonna tuck into the left thigh. Just as the other side, your left foot can be out or straight ahead of you. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, side bend towards that left foot. Left arm comes down, maybe onto the shin or maybe reaching the toes. Right arm floats overhead. And breathe. Feeling a stretch in the lower back on the right side. Feeling it up the inside of that left leg. Feeling your strength. 2 more breaths. 1 more full, deep breath. And we'll inhale to come back up. Turn the torso towards that left foot and exhale to forward fold. Both hands reach towards that left foot. You can always have a micro bend in that left knee. If you can reach that foot, give yourself a little foot massage. Inhaling completely and exhaling to really try and get that head down to that knee. Appreciating the sensation, nourishing the body. One more full breath here. And then we'll inhale to come back up. If you want to extend both legs and shake them out, extend both legs and shake them out. Otherwise, inhale, straight back, shoulders back and down, sitting upright, and then we'll exhale to roll ourselves down and just bring those feet towards the ceiling. Knees can have a micro bend, that's okay. You can either come into shoulder stand or supported shoulder stand. Inhaling to lift up your lower body, maybe crawling your hands up your back for support. Feet extended towards the ceiling. Feet can be pointed or flexed. You can find some ankle rotations. Play around here. Keep breathing, try and keep that spine straight. You can play around with the position of your legs, making a V, finding eagle, maybe even finding lotus. Whatever feels good, just play around a little bit. And if it's comfortable for you, gently let those legs fall all the way over your head into plow. Feet can untuck. Breathe. Whenever you're ready to release your plow, you can bend those knees to push yourself back up through shoulder stand. From your shoulder stand, gently with control and as slowly as possible, engaging the abs, start to release that body back down to the mat. Moving slow. When your body has released, you can either come right into your Shavasana, right into your corpse pose, or find a few last moments of movement. Maybe you need happy baby. Maybe you want to end class today in Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly pose. Feet together, knees wide. Take the last few minutes of practice to make it what you want. And as you finish out that movement and find the places that you want stillness, close your eyes, come back to that breath, and let the whole body release and melt into the mat. Intentionally notice every part of your body, letting go of engagement and releasing into your mat. Let your breath stay deep but be gentle, not creating too much movement in the body. And just be for a moment.